Now let's understand about this scheme in much detail. This scheme says, it is right, it was announced in the union budget. What is this scheme? It will, the aim of the scheme, what does its scheme wants to achieve? This scheme wants to achieve 3.5 crore jobs in 2 years. 3.5 crore jobs in the next 2 years, because that is the duration of this scheme, and will provide 1 lakh crore as a cash incentive, funds to various sectors to generate employment. 1.92 crore beneficiaries will be at the first timers. Now, who are these? 1.9 crore will be the people who will join the workforce for the first time. So, providing a kind of an employment to these kind of peoples for the first time joiners will be a good thing. Even industries will be encouraged to provide such kind of benefit to these people. Objective, employment generation. This is the biggest objective because the scheme itself talks about employment. We have similar scheme known as production linked scheme. Here we have employment linked scheme. So here that scheme talks about production improvement. This is talking about employment generation. So this is the biggest scheme with special focus on manufacturing sector. Because manufacturing sector is kind of stagnated in India's economy. Not only that, the employment generation is already also kind of a stagnations in the manufacturing sector. Now India is aspiring for the structural changes. We have already missed the manufacturing sectoral growth, so we are aspiring to increase the manufacturing sector growth in this manner as well. Now, how the money will be provided? Money under this scheme will be provided through direct benefit transfers or PAN linked account. Now let's understand this. Let's say this is the company, this is the labor, and this is government. If the company employs the labor, labor goes to the company. If company provides employment to this particular labor, government will provide incentive. So the company can use this incentive to pay the salary to this person. Although this is a very small amount, right? The maximum amount that government will pay is 15,000. It's a very small amount, but still it is an encouraging amount, right? It will encourage the companies to get money from the government and try to hire people for their specific jobs. Composition. Now there are two kinds of composition in this scheme, part A and part B. Now please pay attention and understand this thoroughly. Under part A, first time employers will be given a monthly wage up to 15,000. First timers who are just joining, just graduated, just want to join a particular industry, 15,000 rupees will be given to them. Secondly, employees will be employer, right? Companies, the one who is hiring the company, will be given incentive of rupees 3,000 per month for a period of 2 years for generating additional employment, and 2 additional years if the company is in the manufacturing sector. So 4 years together. Establishment, that is companies which are registered with EPFO, will be required to hire at least 2 additional employees if they have less than 50. If they have more than 50, right, they have to hire 5. So if a company has more than 50 employees, they will hire 5 extra employees, and government will pay 3,000 per employees per month to this company. If the company's employees are less than 50, they will hire 2, at least 2, right? So every company will have extra employment and money will be given by the government. Now, who will be the agency in this? EPFO. Beneficiaries, targeting first timer. So if a person is getting registered to EPFO for the first time, that person will get benefit. Employees, there's a limit. Not everyone will get the opportunity. If the salary of a particular employee as per the company is less than 1 lakh, only they will be covered under this scheme. Any person who is earning 1 lakh and above, or they are paying the salary of 1 lakh and above, these kind of employees will not be covered. Biggest challenge with this scheme is EPFO itself. Now EPFO is an organization which is looking into kind of a, It's a saving kind of, it's an organization which looks after the savings. It has nothing to do with employment generation. So why are we providing this responsibility of employment generation to an organization which is working for the generation and encouraging savings with the employees? That's the biggest challenge of this company. The second one is you can have fake accounts, ghost beneficiaries. The companies can show ghost beneficiaries and can take 3,000 per employee per month from the government without any reason. Could be a corruption. So this has to be calculated, but otherwise it's a very good scheme. Definitely, if it is implemented properly, it is definitely going to increase a lot of employment. Look at this, 5, even if the 50 employees are there, it will increase 10% employment in this factory. Less than 50, at least it will increase 10 to 15% there as well. Now, given this, now we come to the last article for today's discussion, that is foreign exchange status. Now, India twice in the last few days has crossed $100 billion mark in the foreign exchange. This happened last year also, but because of the rising rupee, government RBI has to sell a lot of dollars, and because of the US issues, trade issues, high BOP deficit, high trade deficit, government or RBI has to adjust a lot of dollars. We reached almost close to 600. But then because of the balance of payment surplus, because of BOP surplus, we have now been again close to 700. It recently went to 705, but now again 702. So twice it has ended at that position. Now, why I'm discussing this topic, guys? Foreign exchange is very important from the perspective of UPSC examination. Look at these questions. 2022, they asked a question on securities, right? Foreign exchange depreciation, forex related question. Then again, they asked on gold trench, which is a reverse trench. Then again, they asked on remittances, foreign currency. So forex related questions are UPSC's one of the favorite. In the last 4 years, 4-5 years, you can say, they have continuously asked a question indirectly or directly on the foreign exchange or its mechanism. With this understanding in place, let's understand what is foreign exchange all about. Now, foreign exchange in India is managed by RBI. Why? Because RBI has been authorized to be a caretaker, manager of foreign exchange in India. Foreign exchange is a financial asset of RBI which is readily available to the RBI for two functions. It's basically a financial asset. It is gold, it is foreign currency, right? It is available for what? It is available for financing BOP. So whenever Government of India faces any balance of payment crisis, let's say there's a huge trade deficit, how we are going to pay for that? RBI will provide the money. Intervention in the foreign market to check the exchange rate volatility, sell the dollar to check rupee depreciation, which RBI did in the last year, because even in the first quarter of this year also, we see that RBI was very actively managing the foreign exchange so that the rupee prices does not fall too much, rupee does not depreciates too much. So these are the two objectives for which RBI keeps foreign exchange, and not only RBI, every central bank across the world keeps the foreign exchange for that matter. It is as per the RBI, so no other agency can have any involvement in the foreign exchange management. How is foreign exchange obtained? How do RBI get the foreign exchange? Through BOP surplus. Whenever we have BOP surplus, so the amount of extra money that RBI has, the economy has actually, RBI just try to squeeze that, right? It suck out the money, foreign exchange, which is available with the financial institutions, let's say banks. Components, very, very important, guys. There are 4 components of the foreign exchange. The first one is foreign exchange assets, basically foreign currency, right? It includes foreign currency, dollar, yen, pound, euro, right? All those foreign currency which comes to India. Government, foreign government securities, deposits with other central banks, which is also in the foreign currency. Obviously, if RBI deposits money in the Fed Reserve, obviously it is in the foreign exchange. Deposits with overseas branches of the commercial banks, right? Commercial banks, let's say SBI. Now, SBI has deposits in America, because SBI has a branch in America as well. So over there they will have dollar deposits, isn't that? That is India's money because it is in India's bank. So it has the highest share. In the entire foreign exchange, that is $700 billion, over $600 billion is foreign exchange assets, or FCA, foreign currency assets. You can also call it as foreign currency assets, FCA. Then comes monetary gold. Gold with RBI as a part of foreign exchange. So RBI has been maintaining the gold since its inception. Gold is there. Recently RBI purchased a lot of gold from the Bank of England as well. They are maintaining that gold with them. So gold is kind of an international currency. Third is spatial drawing rights, international reserves of the IMF. So a spatial drawing right, it's kind of average weighted currency of IMF that can only be used in the international transactions. It is not used for domestic transactions. So let's say India wants to make a payment to US, but they don't want to make the payment in dollars. So they can make the payment in SDR, because US is also a member of IMF. India is also a member of IMF. So there is a common alternative which is available. Although India can pay the same in dollars also. India can pay the payment in gold also. That is, India can use the first two methods. But India can use the third method also when the first two are not available to be used or the country does not want to use. The last one is reserve position. Reserve position is nothing, guys. It's a every member's quota, right, with the IMF. So it's like an emergency fund, right? It is available only under the certain conditions or service fee. Every country uses this kind of a reserve only for a certain terms and conditions, guys. Only when they are either don't want to use the first three or they don't have enough money for the first three, then only they will use the last one. So it is really used. That's why the share of this is very, very low. So as we move from first to the last, the share goes on decreasing. India, RBI is widely focusing on the foreign currency assets and the second one, which is monetary gold. Now please understand, this gold is not part of the money supply. It is not at all part of the money supply. So keep it outside that. Now let's look into the international standards, guys. As you can see, four or five countries are there. We have China, Japan, Switzerland, India and Russia. Now China has a very high percentage. It is close to $3.5 trillion. Right? The second one is Japan. Japan is slightly ahead of Switzerland and we are at the fourth position. So here we are, India, at $700 billion. One very interesting thing that we will notice, look at this year, 2000. So we are in year 2000. In the year 2000, the share of all these countries were very low, right? Four of them are Asian countries: China, Japan, India and Russia. They are part of Asia, right? Russia has a sharing model, but obviously, right? So this proves what? This is Asian age, guys. The share of the trade of these four countries show that how important they are in the international transactions. And India is growing as always. As India's GDP is growing, one day you will hear that India's foreign exchange reserve will touch $1 trillion as well. And then India will be on the second position. With this understanding, guys, if you are still here with us on this video, I hope to see you in my batches. So the link is given. I'm floating a batch for specialized general studies economy. The prices is 5,999. The contact number is mentioned over there. The details, the link to join this is mentioned in the description box. All the details of this course are mentioned on the screen. This is going to be the most detailed discussion of economy. Do join me and learn from the best. I am Jateen Bharadwaj. I'm an assistant professor of economics. I am one of the highest scorer in the Civil Services Examination, in fact in the optional paper as well. And I believe in teaching the most detailed discussion curated only for the UPSC examination. I hope to see you very soon in this course. Thank you everyone. Do subscribe us, join us for the next update.